Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, I had one thing on my mind. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball every chance I could. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. I'm Paul George. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke F-A-S-T. Fast. Life is why. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Okay, Simon, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. And what do people normally wear?
Clothes.
Exactly. So now Mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Clothes keep us warm, they look good, and if we go out without them, the neighbors will talk. So it's important to know how to get dressed. Here's how it's done. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole, or you have to start all over. If you're wearing a tie, it goes over, round, round, through, and pull tight. Tuck your shirt into your pants and zip up your fly. Socks going first, then shoes right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears.
I love bunnies.
Good to know. Now remember, spots don't go with stripes, socks don't go with sandals, and if you've tucked in your shirt, wear a belt. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
The following is a production of WEGL 91.1 FM.
That ball is gone. It's a walk-off home run for Stephen Williams.
WEGL Sports.
The Tigers are headed to the College World Series.
Where every
touchdown Auburn! Zakoby McClain!
Game.
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow!
Lives. Strap in. It's time for the Extra Point, Auburn's best sports talk radio show, Auburn's only sports talk TV show.
He better count basketball wins.
Your 3-time nationally nominated sports show.
Oh, yeah.
And they signed Cody Parkey.
SEC champion, Cody Parkey.
I picked Pitt, and I was right. Your 3-time nationally nominated sports show, the guys give you the latest.
Penn State by a million.
Thank you.
John Gruden cried after we traded Khalil Mack, and now he's dancing in the locker room, saying he wish he had a disco.
Call in at 334-844-9345 to join the debate.
My boy got it on lock.
You were saying 1,800 yards in this game. I was like, Jared.
The X's and O's begin now on Eagle Eye TV and WEGO Radio. The Extra Point, presented by WEGO Sports, where every game lives. And welcome inside the Extra Point here on WEGO 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. Jared Dolan, and joining me is Devin Foreman, Jack Hart, and Amanda Warren. I guess we'll start with Jack. I guess we'll go to you first. How you doing right now?
Jared, I'm doing great. Holed up in my apartment once again, but excited to be here doing the Extra Point with you, despite all the circumstances surrounding the situation.
Devin, how about you? How you doing today, Devin?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited to see you, Jared and Jack. I'm like super excited, and I'm just excited. It's really I can't do this in the house thing. I don't know. I done gained about 15 pounds of Corona pounds. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting here eating all day. So I gotta figure something out here.
What have you been eating, Devin?
I've been eating wings from Wingtown, like every day. I fried like some fries. I ate pizza. I even got enough points to get free Domino pizza like 2 times. Like
I saw you also killed an entire jug of Hawaiian Punch before the show, so 15 and counting Corona pounds, I see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, it might get up to 20 by the end of the show.
And finally, Amanda Warren. Amanda, you're in Texas, we know that, and you're currently on the road.
Yes.
But
yeah, I'm in the car.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's good. It's a long drive from Auburn, but you know, I've kept myself occupied, listening to music, podcasts. I've called some friends, so like good catch up. So this is just like talking on the phone with friends. But it's exciting. It's good to talk to you guys. We have some sense of normalcy, even though it's kind of crazy right now. But yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm not sure what's going on, I don't know where Carter is at. He may have gotten got, for all we know.
Carter's in a pretty high risk demographic for the coronavirus. As an old person.
So we'll figure out where Carter is at if we know where he is at. As far as I know, yeah, I don't see him, but we'll figure that out. We'll round him up and we'll get him in here for the next couple of shows. But welcome to that Extra Point here on WEGL 911 and Eagle Eye TV. No more calling in, but you want to ask a question, you can in the live stream on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube by putting in a question, and we'll answer it live on the show. Let's go ahead and just get into it. NFL free agency is kind of the big part of what's going on. So a lot of moves in the past, I would say 36 hours. The big one being Tom Brady. I know the Panthers released Reed, I think, today. Am I right in saying that, Jack?
It's been hard to keep up with everything the Panthers are doing. I think, as we'll see, the NFL GMs and owners are just as stir crazy as we are and decided to make these free agency as entertaining as possible, as there's nothing else to talk about currently.
So Tom Brady on the move, the Panthers making a lot of moves. The Bears have a quarterback, and his name is not Cam Newton. I think that's kind of also a big thing that happened, right?
I didn't believe it.
Bay Marks, who I hate with a burning passion, asked in the live chat, what scented candle do I have? I have a candle right here that I light before every show now to commemorate everything that we've been through. So it is cranberry mandarin. It's a very good smell. I love it.
Spring. That's a nice spring scent.
Yeah. So I'm trying to stay positive out here. So I'll have a candle lit for every show. It's the same one as yesterday, guys.
Oh, that what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. But let's get into the Tom Brady talk. Tom Brady to the Bucs. What does this mean?
That he's going to be wearing the ugliest uniform. It's really unfortunate for him.
Had the Bucs released new uniforms?
Not yet, Amanda. I'd like to break it to you that the Bucs are getting new uniforms for the 2020 season,
but they
if
have
it ever
bad
happens.
Colors.
I mean, yes, pewter is a terrible color, but hopefully it'll be a pretty standard red shirt. Hopefully they bring back the creamsicle orange. I'd love to see that. And maybe that oversized helmet logo can get a little bit smaller. But enough talk about those terrible alarm clock uniforms. And let's talk about how Tom Brady's going to be playing Drew Brees twice a year.
Yeah, that's the part that's really I'm excited. I was very disappointed, that my boy left. But hey, we're in Tampa now, so I'm a Buccaneers fan, so it is what it is.
But
Howard.
Good luck with that.
Be straight up.
Is Tom Brady out of the 4 quarterbacks in that division, and we're gonna say it's Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, and Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, that's the 4 we're gonna go with. Uh, one of these is not like the other. But who in that who can you rank those 4 quarterbacks in the NFC South?
Tom Brady is one.
I think isn't it pretty obvious? Or I don't know.
I'd like to say that Drew's number 1.
Yeah, Drew Brees is number 1. I would think.
I'd like to see what Tom can do. I'd like to think he's better than Matt Ryan, but at the same time, I mean, dude's old. Dude hasn't done much athlete-wise in the past couple of years. He hasn't had to deal with a running gun offense really, and I don't know. As far as downfield passing, I think Matt Ryan's better, but as far as game management, we'll see if Bruce Arians, who's a quarterback whisperer, if you will, kind of communicates with a veteran quarterback. Bruce Arians dealt with a veteran quarterback in Kurt Warner out in the desert in Arizona, so we'll see if they have similar results. I mean, that was a pretty successful team, Arizona team that was really robbed of a championship, I'd say, by quarterback issues. So we'll see if he has any better luck in the Bay with a veteran quarterback like Tom Brady. And with a limited timeline, I'd say, too, because I don't see Tom Brady lasting more than 2 or 3 years. I mean, we've been saying that for forever, but I think now that he's out of New England, the clock is really ticking.
I think also
I would give him like 2 or 3 years though. I really give him just only like 2 or 3 years for that. So I definitely agree. But can we all just agree that Matt Ryan is the worst? Can we just go in and get it out there?
I mean, I like Matty Ice. I got nothing against him.
He ain't better than Drew Brees. He ain't better than Tom. And I'm pretty sure Teddy Bridgewater is going to be over the Panthers, and he ain't better than him either. So,
but I mean, that's I think that's unfair to Matt Ryan because those were 3 very good quarterbacks. I mean, I guess he could be the worst in the NFC South, but I mean, does this make the NFC South the most quarterback-rich, talented division in football? I mean, it's hard to even just looking at the top 2, Brees and Brady. It's hard to come close to that with anyone else.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, you can put in. Sure, you can't even put. No, I will go with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many other divisions that are stacked up like that. I mean, what, you're gonna throw in Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins over there? Like, no, you can't do that.
Can't do that.
You're gonna throw in what? What's the
Pat Mahomes? Who would Pat Mahomes?
Phillip Rivers, maybe.
Drew Lock. Phillip Rivers is gone.
Derek Carr.
Yeah, whoever the Raiders quarterback is, which is either Marcus Mariota or Carr. The Broncos have Drew Lock, Chiefs have Pat Mahomes, and the Chargers are apparently sticking with Tyrod Taylor. So
tough.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in the quarterback slaughter we've seen in the past year or so in the NFL. To have 2 stable veteran guys like Brady and Brees, we'll just call him Brady, along with Matt Ryan, who did lead his team to, I think, 3 NFC championships, 1 Super Bowl, and it won an MVP that year, I believe. And then Teddy Bridgewater, who, if not for injury, is probably in contention for one of the best new quarterbacks in the league, especially dealing with those 3 old guys. So I don't think it comes anywhere close. You got to say the NFC South, which has historically been the most hotly contested, parity-rich division in football. That's going to have amazing quarterback play in the fall.
Here's hoping, because our track record with the NFC South is actually pretty abysmal on this show. I.e., Drew Brees goes down. This is the Falcons' chance, and then they totally blew it up.
I mean, I'll stick by that. That was the Falcons' chance. It's not my fault they couldn't capitalize on it.
That's definitely right.
So, I don't know. The NFC South will figure out something. There's been some other moves. The Bears have a new quarterback. His name is not Cam Newton. Instead, it's Nick Foles. The Jaguars, made the right decision. You had Gardner Minshew, right?
It's stash time in Duval.
Yeah.
Nick Foles in Chicago?
Yeah, so Nick Foles is now in Chicago. Amanda,
That's interesting.
Amanda, we'll start with you. How do you feel about Nick Foles in Chicago?
I feel like that's just kind of like a lateral move, but I feel like they were out of options So I'm kind of sad it's not Cam though, because I wanted to see him in the blue and orange, but it's okay.
I will say that I disagree that it's a lateral move, just because I think comparing Trubisky to Foles is a bit disingenuous to Foles, who did lead a team to a Super Bowl, has experience. We've all seen Trubisky in that Pro Bowl jersey and said that doesn't really belong. And so I think it's a step up. I don't know if it's what the Bears need, though. I mean, yes, they need to make a change at quarterback because that offense was really stopping them from being a great team last year with that stellar defense. But, I mean, I don't know if Nick Foles is the answer. I don't know if downfield passing is going to be the solution, especially as he yes, his time was cut a bit short in Jacksonville by injury, but I still don't see him competing at a championship level. But maybe the Bears don't need that. The Bears just needed competence at quarterback last season, and they didn't have that with Trubisky. So maybe Foles will bring that competence that'll bring them to the next level and able to be competing in that very tough NFC North division.
You know what's funny? You want to explain to me how I can see Carter in the chat, but I can't see him here on the show? He's dodging us now.
He's avoiding us.
Yeah, he's avoiding us. I saw him in the Twitter chat.
Everyone just do their impression of Carter, and then it'll be like he's here.
I go for that. No, I ain't gonna go for it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. No, I'll go. Hold on. Let me make sure my candle doesn't go anywhere. Here we go. Say something upsets you, then you just go, and the camera starts shaking. Ha! That's a joke.
Wait a minute. Let's look at the stats. 1, his bar is huge. 2, that's just I don't know. Got to be crazy. that's Carter. You gotta do the fingers like that.
Oh, look, I gotta light my candle again. There we go.
Very cool.
I need my guy right here, bro. So I can laugh.
What other free agency news has happened so far today?
Today, I mean, we had cornerback Chris Harris joining the Chargers. He was on the Broncos for a long time.
Like that.
Pretty boring move, I guess. But he was on that Super Bowl 50 team, that really good defense. But he will be making the trip to Los Angeles. Steelers safety Sean Davis agrees to terms with the Redskins. Raiders agreeing to terms with cornerback Eli Apple, taking off the former Giant and Saint. So that's a pretty big name moving. Linval Joseph is going to the Chargers on defensive line help. Pass rusher Leonard Floyd off the Bears is going to the Rams. And Dante Fowler is heading to the Falcons on a 3-year, $48 million deal.
So those have been the bigger moves today. Now, yesterday, we do know that there are some other moving parts. Phillip Rivers to the Colts, I know, was a big one. The Colts also traded their first-round pick for DeForest Buckner. Trying to think off the top of my head. Kirk Cousins got an extension. I guess they like him over there. So
hey, man, that man has got to be like the most special people in the locker room. Like, this dude continually get healed. Hey, shout out to my boy Kirk Cousins. I appreciate it. Hey, I like it. They sent my boy to Buffalo, though. I don't like that. But
So two things. We're going to talk about Stephon Diggs, but then we're going to back over to DeAndre Hopkins because that was the whole thing. So Stephon Diggs got traded. It looked like it was going to happen anyway. But Buffalo, which, by the way, my new favorite in the NFC East, it got to be the Bills because they're getting better. They got a good defense. They showed that last year. They got the weapons. They just need Josh Allen to be consistent. But Stephon Diggs, king ransom for him. And then the Houston Texans, which I got to assume that they're imploding right now, just traded away DeAndre Hopkins.
A bigger implosion than their playoff game, if even possible, is going on in the NRJ Stadium front offices right now. Bill O'Brien continues his scorched scorched earth campaign over the Texans organization. and is really throwing those guys for a loop and shipping Hopkins off to the desert.
Yeah, so DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, good for the Cardinals because now they have. I don't know how effective Larry Fitzgerald is anymore, but I still like Larry Fitzgerald on the field at any time. So you have Larry Fitzgerald, DeAndre Hopkins. You have Kenyon Drake, who's revitalized his career with a young Kyler Murray that has a year of experience under his belt.
I mean, if you've got Larry Fitzgerald, DeAndre Hopkins, Kenyon Drake, and Kyler Murray all on the field, your defense doesn't know who to go after, and that's going to create opportunities for that Cardinals offense. Just the names on the jerseys alone is going to put the Cardinals offense in a position to make big plays because the defense just isn't going to know where to stack up. The amount of decoy plays that Kingsbury is going to be able to run with that, just drawing, always having a threat on any point on the field is going to be huge for that Cardinals offense. Even if Larry Fitzgerald isn't catching big plays every single game, he's going to be on the field and draw the defense away from the other guys, the young guys that are going to do so.
Amanda, how do you feel about the Cardinal situation?
Cardinals?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of agree with Jack. I feel like that's a lot of good, like, offensive weapons since they have, like, their coach is so, like, you know, offensive-minded like that. I've really been only keeping up with the Cowboy stuff, like, hate me, but that I briefly looked over that this morning, like, what happened and all that jazz. But, yeah, I've sort of been, like, out of the loop. So I'm glad that I'm joining this call so I can hear what's happening because I've been so focused on classes and stuff like that. But, yeah, I read what happened with the Cowboys, and we lost Byron Jones, which I'm kind of sad about, but we'll be okay.
Devin, I'm going to let you get on your soapbox about DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, Devin, I want to hear it.
It's really not too much about him. It's just, how do you think Deshaun Watson feels?
Abandoned at this point.
You already was carrying them with him. That's the only thing you really about had. You got a running back who's his whole entire contract is just way too much. He ain't doing nothing. So it's really him by himself. So he's gonna go into this year knowing that it's him only. He's probably a sad puppy right now. I feel bad for Deshaun Watson. That's all. And I like Deshaun Watson. He trying to make my boy look bad, but it's okay though. But you know.
I don't know what the Texans are doing. I don't know whether or not they're just trying to shed some money and then they went and got guys like Randall Cobb, which is good wide receiver. Randall Cobb?
Compared to
DeAndre Hopkins.
Really,
no, terrible.
That's like apples and oranges.
But Randall Cobb, good wide receiver. You should have added him along with DeAndre Hopkins. I don't understand why DeAndre Hopkins had to leave.
But they said they had a little rift. So, but you gotta get you can't leave. It's just about you have a franchise quarterback who's in his prime who can actually ball. He just needs people to throw the ball to. Now you give him nobody. Randall Cobb. Yay.
He'll have Randall Cobb. That's pretty much.
Randall Cobb.
Jared, you happy about Randall Cobb?
You'd think Randall Cobb be heading to Arizona, which 2 years ago was the retirement home of the league, and now has some of the best stars, the best young stars in the game with Kenyon, DeAndre, and Kyler Murray all in the backfield.
And the Cardinals got a top draft pick, and it's a wide receiver draft this year.
Yeah.
So they can always add more weapons if they want to. Larry Fitzgerald is about at the end of his career, so but you can add I'm not even gonna say like a top, like let's say CeeDee Lamb, something like that, and slip to like the 9 spot. Yeah, that's tough. So I'm with it. They're looking pretty bright over there.
So a lot of movement in NFL free agency. That's definitely taken the sports world by storm in the last couple of hours because honestly, there's something else to talk about.
Can we start the NBA free agency right now? Because it ain't nothing. It's like really nothing to watch.
Wouldn't that require the league to end the season to start free agency?
Hey, please don't do that. I'm gonna be heartbroken. You might not see me for the rest of the. You ain't see me.
What do you think about?
I'm surprised none of y'all said anything about Jason Witten. Y'all didn't give me anything about Jason Witten going to the Raiders.
Well, that's because. Well, I saw that 3 Dallas Cowboys have signed with Las Vegas, which, by the way, Las Vegas.
Jason Witten going to the Raiders broadcast team, come on.
it's kind of weird because Greg Olson left the Panthers to Seahawks. Jason Witten left the Cowboys to Las Vegas. Tom Brady leaving, going to Tampa Bay. A lot of the career old veterans who stuck with their team for a long time are kind of just going to these nice retirement places, I guess.
It's the year of the old tight end trying to snipe Tony Romo's job, I guess.
So, I mean...
But, like, historically, like, the old, like, retirement move, it normally doesn't really pan out for them. It's not like this is, like, happens where these guys leave and they go and, like, win a Super Bowl. I mean, the only person who's done that I can think of would be, like, Peyton Manning. Like, he was a Colt forever, and then he go into the Broncos, and he wins championship. But this doesn't, I don't know, like, if you were, this is going back to Tom Brady, but, like, if you were betting on, oh, how well is he going to do in Tampa, like, I don't know. I feel like this is the beginning of the end for all of these guys.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Peyton Manning is the only, and still only, the quarterback to win a Super Bowl with two different teams.
Tom Brady next.
Here's my thing about Tom Brady. First of all, as a Colts fan, I loathe the Patriots, okay? I am, honestly, one of the best days in my life yesterday when I woke up and knew that Tom Brady was leaving, okay? Screw the Patriots. I don't care about them. Wow. But Jameis Winston, which that's another domino. Where's Jameis Winston going to go now?
Publix.
I'm not a Jameis Winston fan.
But Jameis Winston ran around for his life around an offensive line that wasn't really that good. He got pressured a lot. Are we expecting Tom Brady to move around like that? I don't care how much yoga he does or how much he does this,
he's got this diet. Jared.
No, that diet is not going to make him move faster.
Remember when he blocked for that guy on against the Jets? I mean, no one wants to touch him.
I can block it. I'm blocking against the Jets right now.
Don't touch the goat. Don't touch the goat. I mean,
can't touch the goat.
They're gonna go around him like two positive ends of a magnet. That's just how it works.
But Tom,
either that or he's gonna get absolutely clobbered, and I don't know what's funnier.
What was that weird speech that Jameis Winston, like he said earlier? You remember? You know what I'm talking about? Remember when he said that
when he ate the dove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that they some dogs and we some puppies.
And then
he ate his fingers.
Hold up.
Oh yes, that's what it was.
You've heard it a million times.
Hold up. This is the perfect time to open up screen sharing.
He was waiting this moment.
I really was. I'm spelling his name wrong. There we go. Eating W.
Wow. You gotta do better with your spelling, Jared.
Oh, you guys know I can't spell. All right, here we go.
This man could be my quarterback any day. He's a competitor.
Is Tom Brady gonna wear the skull cap? Is my question.
I'm a pass at the corner. I gotta say one thing.
I think that could be a good look for him.
Let's go.
Here it goes.
That's a W.
I mean, Tom's got big shoes to fill down
That's
the
a
day.
W. How many people want to eat a W tonight? How many eat a W?
Look how confused they are.
Yeah, I was just about to say, the stunned look on his teammates' faces.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes it don't pan out like you think it gonna pan out. It's okay though. I like the fire. I like it.
So, yeah, there's no way. Tom Brady's going to get absolutely demolished down in Tampa Bay unless they're building an offensive line around him, which I hope they do. He's going to get.
Watch your mouth.
He's going to get demolished. No.
The Colts gonna suck.
No. That's a bad take. That's a joke.
I'm really being honest with you. You got Phillips Rivers.
He's a good quarterback.
Okay.
He's better than what we had in Jacoby Brissett.
Keeping things in the division, the Saints bringing back Malcolm Jenkins after Sean Payton admitted that releasing him in 2014 was one of his biggest regrets. So after his contract was up with the Eagles, he has been picked back up by the New Orleans Saints. So maybe he'll get a couple picks off Touchdown Tom.
Oh no, we'll see. That'll be interesting. There's a lot of interesting storylines going on. So let's answer these two questions. We got two quarterbacks. We got Cam Newton and we have Jameis Winston. Where do these two quarterbacks end up? They're gonna end up somewhere. As volatile as Jameis Winston is, the man knows how to sling it. He just got to cut down the interceptions.
Yeah, it just depends on whom he's slinging it to.
Should work on his like locker room etiquette and pregame speeches.
I mean, fair, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, what team needs a quarterback like Jameis Winston right now? Yes.
What's up, Devin?
Oh, I thought y'all gonna go. But Jameis Winston to go to the Patriots. Give me something to cheer for. Jameis Winston to the Patriots.
I want to see Jameis Winston, Bill Belichick.
He can't dethrone the King, Jarrett Stidham, though.
Where does Cam end up at?
San Diego. I meant Los Angeles Chargers. My bad. I keep saying San Diego.
To go back to Jameis, the Lions really need him. The Lions need a quarterback.
That's a good one.
Isn't Matt Stafford still kicking?
Yes, he's still kicking.
Yeah, what about my hometown boy?
But
he's from Dallas.
He's not going to kick forever, and Jameis is going to kick for a long time after he will. And I think if Jameis is behind, I really don't think this is going to happen because I'm pretty sure that the Lions extended homeboy from Purdue, Blau. But I really think if Jameis was to sit behind Stafford for a year or two, he could really be the future in Detroit because that's a team that loves wide receivers, and Jameis would love to sling it around Ford Field because I just think that's a team that's been lacking a stellar quarterback play as Stafford's inconsistencies have been really brought out in the past year or two by a really strong division and the fact that Stafford hasn't been able to stay in for all these games.
I'm looking at teams that would be in on a running for a quarterback, and there's not many.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, obviously I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but...
I mean, Chicago was like the last team. I guess we don't really know what Washington's thinking right now.
We don't know Washington with Haskins, and we don't know if Tyrod Taylor's going to pan out in San Diego or Los Angeles.
It's San Diego. We can leave it like that. It's San Diego.
I keep saying it.
You can't just say LA now. But yeah, I mean, has Tyrod Taylor, whose last good season was probably 3 years ago on the Bills, I believe, he's yet to prove himself in a different scenario, and he wasn't what brought the Bills to the playoffs that year. It was a combination of other things, including getting lucky with a wild card spot. But I'd like the Chargers to possibly go double down on the quarterback position because they really need that to be consistent on offense. And as great as Rivers was, I just don't see Tyrod Taylor being the solution out west.
I mean that's totally fair. I can see that. The Chargers just need at least a backup, I guess, out of anything. They just need somebody there.
And I mean, we got to consider that Cam is gonna be a backup even after traded for at least a little bit until he's 100%, unless his front office really wants to send him out there with an injury, which I don't know what kind of front office would send Cam out into a game with an injured foot. But I really don't see him maybe getting significant play time until the second half of this upcoming season at least, and probably not any significant starting time, maybe at all in the 2020 season.
What are the chances that Cam just says, "I'm done" and walks away?
No, don't do that.
I could see that happening.
I in the position he's in right now, where it's very clear that he's out in Carolina, I can see that definitely happening because we're looking at a situation where a lot of the dominoes have already fallen in the quarterback market, and it looks like all the musical chairs, as it were, have been filled up, and maybe there's not a good place for Cam, especially with Chicago being that kind of last-ditch effort not being fulfilled. I can see Cam maybe, heck, even signing as a very deep backup, not getting playtime at all, nursing that injury, and maybe deciding Andrew Luck style that it's just the mental strain is too much on him. And he has been put through a lot, both physically and mentally, both playing through, overcoming injury, and emotionally what we saw after that 2015 season. And I just don't know if Cam's been put through a lot for his short and explosive career, and I really don't know if a change of scenery is going to help him out too much.
I mean, this would be this is year 10 for Cam, so it's been a decade.
I mean, it doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't.
As much as I hate to say it, what he's accomplished, one MVP, one Super Bowl appearance, but the team around him hasn't really given him a ton of help. But it has been an explosive career, and he doesn't look like he's been playing for 10 years. He's still, I mean, he has the experience, but he also has the athleticism of someone in his 5th year of his career. But yeah, it has been 10 years now since an Auburn national championship and a Cam Newton draft appearance. But
don't hurt me like that.
It's really showing on Cam.
Trying to make us cry, Jack?
I mean, he looks young as ever. Check out his Instagram.
I mean, I can't even read his Instagram. Yeah.
I can't believe it's been 10 years, man. It seemed like it was just the other like a couple of years ago, not 10.
You want to like start feeling really old, right?
What's up?
Today is March 18th.
Okay.
17 days ago, we did an All-Star game, and now
that's crazy.
We are pretty much confined to our homes doing a show over Zoom because of a global pandemic. So
these are interesting times.
It really is. Like March 1st seems like it was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Like
it really does.
That's crazy.
I mean,
and to think that a week ago you could turn on your TV and people were talking about sports that happened last night.
Like
how quickly it shifted from the beginning of spring break till now is like crazy. Because like I remember that Friday before spring break, like I was all happy. Like I saw Devin, we hugged, it was great. I was like, oh, whatever, okay. And then now I'm driving home because we probably won't be returning for the semester.
No.
Yeah. Talking about as quickly as it happened, if you don't know, I had a couple plans over spring break that might have included some spring training games, and on my route to Fort Myers, Florida, I turned on the local sports radio and heard that it was done. So from the, I believe, was it the Grizzlies game that the tip off got waved off on Wednesday night to complete cancellation of all sports by Thursday at noon lunchtime. It all happened so fast. And I have here a collector's item. I have my ticket to the Philadelphia Phillies versus Tampa Bay Rays spring training game.
Is that $40?
Yeah.
That's highway robbery. Is that $90?
$10.
Oh, I can't read.
$10, Jared.
First of all, I can't read. Second of all, your camera's blurry, so I couldn't really see it.
So yeah, I paid $10 to see the final 4 innings of spring training for 2020, and
hey, it's worth it though.
It's memories going. I mean, I soaked it in because I knew that was the last baseball I was going to see for at least 8 weeks. So it hurts.
I was very disappointed that the last NBA game that was actually played didn't feature LeBron. But it featured Luka. Like I was
about to say that they suspended the NBA like in the middle of the Mavs game, and like there's a really funny video of Cuban when he gets the notification on his phone in his face.
By that logic, the Dallas Mavericks are the 2020 NBA champions.
Oh yes, totally.
They won the last game of the season.
Wholeheartedly, yes. And Luka was MVP.
Luka's Finals MVP. Mavericks are champions.
No,
that's how that's gonna end.
What seed y'all? Y'all was in the 7th seed.
Yeah, we were like the 7th seed.
Yeah.
Y'all just gonna claim it because y'all the last team
to win. Yes. Here's the thing. If you can find me a time in history in the NBA where the team to win the final game of the season wasn't champion, I'll let you have that. But for right now, the Mavericks are your champions.
Are your 2020 NBA champions.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. You can find that.
Is that better?
They was going to beat the Clippers, right? They're going to beat the Clippers. Okay. Let's just be realistic. But I'll let you have it, though.
That's a dub.
Is that better or worse than the Florida State Senate declaring Florida State Seminoles the national champions?
Wait, when did they do that? For what?
Over the weekend.
Wait.
The state delegation of Florida has declared your Florida State Seminoles NCAA champions.
The Seminoles, not
of what? A basketball?
Yeah.
No, I got Virginia. Virginia gonna win the whole thing. Virginia.
I thought we were talking about football. I was so confused.
I mean, the state of Florida loves claiming those unearned championships. It's just a streak for them.
So the state of Florida delegation, while
I'm looking into it now, it was a soundbite, but I'll get the story.
So while things are going on, when they had a Democratic primary coming up and a virus going around, decided that Florida State should be crowned national
I'm glad
champions.
They have their priorities and are straight.
And they didn't even finish.
That's the most pressing issue.
And they didn't even finish first in the AP poll.
I got it right here. This is coming from USA Today. With the NCAA canceled tournament due to the coronavirus pandemic, the Florida State men's basketball team was declared national champions. Lawmakers in the Florida Senate ruled 37-2 to proclaim the Seminoles national
Who were the
champions.
two?
Probably some Gator fans.
Yeah, I thought they went to Florida.
But I don't know. I mean, when the courthouse in Tallahassee gets to decide who the national champions are, I think the Noles come out on top pretty much 100% of the time.
Well, the last time Florida decided something, people got upset. So that's a throwback to the 2000 election.
I mean,
Yeah, is that 2000 election
that is, but I think there are a number of decisions made by Florida since then that have also made people upset. So I think it's just a long tradition of our neighbors to the south causing a ruckus.
That's my political science minor coming in, because apparently I have nothing else at this point. Let's see. So the NBA. Now, people have talked about how do you crown an NBA champion if, like... Oh, first of all, the NBA announced that they're giving out free league pass right now. So
to watch the games that are
what?
going on.
What are we going to be watching with that?
Past games. Yeah, highlights. Yeah, highlights.
Hey, Jared. I'll tell you how bored I got. I found myself watching the best crossovers on YouTube and was really enjoying it.
You think that's bad? I started simulating games on 2K and watching them. Because I don't know what to do.
I watched that Mavs Spurs Game 7 rerun the other day.
I mean, now, so the NBA has talked about resuming the season. I believe they said June. But
you mean to tell me that the New York Knicks are going to play basketball in June?
Apparently, yes. This is the only way the Knicks can do it, and they're still not going to make the playoffs.
Someone check the weather in hell.
Wait. Did y'all see that KD has coronavirus? We didn't talk about that. Did y'all see that?
So
or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He has coronavirus, and I just learned that Champagne Poppy himself, Mr. Drake, has put himself in self-quarantine after coming in contact with KD.
Oh, how noble of him.
That
one's safe.
That's what Drake gets for being a turncoat. Yeah, the Nets, 4 players tested positive. KD's the only one that we know of.
Because the rest of them, they said really non-factors.
Yeah, so Kevin Durant and the Nets, they tested positive. I know the Lakers got tests done. I don't know if anybody came back positive. We know about the Jazz situation with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, and Gobert just touching on the microphones.
Hey, I felt bad for him. I really felt bad for him because
why?
Because he didn't know. It was. I don't know. I just felt bad for him. Because I don't think he really was trying to be funny. He was being funny, but he
didn't understand the severity of the situation.
Yeah,
and then, karma.
Yeah, now everybody killing him. So I just, feel bad for him.
NBA Defensive Player of the Year. I mean,
I think KD
he shut the whole league down.
Yeah.
Lights out.
That's funny. I think KD getting the coronavirus is karma for joining the Warriors for the super team. That's how my take on it.
Hey, it's not. Hey,
so do you believe that everyone that gets the coronavirus is just paying a penance for something they've done?
Probably. Is this the plague?
We could get into a deep intellectual conversation about the universe and karma, but that's my take on the whole KD thing.
If this is the end of time,
I think if karma's real and Rudy Gobert proved it.
Yeah.
Hitting in the face of fate like that and just reaping what he sowed in the most hilarious way possible.
That's true. I mean, like, and now him and Donovan Mitchell are just, I assume, sitting in a room with their arms crossed, looking at each other now. Because
now, if LeBron James come back positive, it's over. You might as well just count it up. Everything's done.
Well, LeBron pumps so much money into taking care of his body. I gotta feel like he has like the vaccine already.
He has one. I guarantee you that LeBron has one of those like 250 ventilators that are like in the country. Like he copped one somewhere. And
I mean, they're just gonna take a turkey baster and scoop up LeBron's sweat and extract that and use it for the vaccine because that man's a machine.
If he has, he might well just count it up. But
hey, yes, good question. What's the recipe for the vaccine? What is the recipe? So Jack says that it's LeBron's sweat. What else?
Dirt. Could dirt never hurt? That's what my mama told me.
I was just about to say dirt. I'm about to say dirt.
Yeah.
Because, like where I'm from. Like,
But dirt from where?
It gotta be red dirt. It gotta be red dirt.
Georgia Clay.
So we need LeBron sweat. We need that red Georgia Clay.
I mean, just checking in on what these athletes are up to now that there's nothing for them to do. LeBron James tweeting 2 days ago, "Nap was amazing. Now headed to the wine cellar." I mean, you can't stop the GOAT. No days off.
So LeBron's just getting drunk in his wine cellar.
Yeah, watching Netflix and promoting it, I
Well,
guess.
I'm pretty sure I saw John Morant posting on TikTok him doing his opening like intro with like announcer and everything. Apparently he has a full uniform at home. I guess they have that. But good for him, I guess.
And then now, because there's no sports, obviously, we're delving deep in the pot of things to talk about. There's this picture of LeBron and Michael Jordan that is allegedly surfaced on the internet. I mean, I could show it to you. I don't know how real it looks, but it's definitely LeBron and Michael Jordan on the same court wearing not NBA jerseys. So
hey, screen share.
Release the footage. I'll pull it up. Release the footage of LeBron and MJ going toe to toe in what looks like a wreck.
I know that the Cincinnati Reds had like a Sandlot game, and they started bidding on trash cans. Yeah, so people are having fun in this tumultuous time. I did get a article that came through on my phone a couple of minutes ago. The University of Alabama, those thou shall not be named on the other side of the state. Yeah,
that other school.
They have canceled classes for the rest of the semester. Yeah, Alabama.
Yeah, we're next.
Alabama's done with classes, and they're not having commencement, apparently. And they're not having graduation. So imagine me going back to school for 2 years to get a master's degree, and then I don't have graduation.
Imagine covering up your complete zero graduation rate by canceling graduation ceremony.
It's a 5D chess move.
I mean, what after Nick Saban poisoned Bluebell, I wouldn't put it past him to start a global pandemic.
But hold up, I got to do this now. There we go.
Oh, Jack, guess what I just drove by? I can't speak.
Buc-ee's.
A Home Depot. I can't do my Cowboys corner because we don't have the song. I can't talk about the importance of Byron Jones and how he's an underrated safety.
Oh, Amanda.
I had a whole spiel about Byron Jones today.
How wrong you are.
You have it?
I took a lot of things from the studio.
Off the box? You were like, let me just snag this clip.
Jared broke into the student center and stole all the audio files off the computer.
All right, here we go. You ready for it, Amanda?
I'm beyond ready. I'm also literally about to enter the city of Dallas as you play it. So this is very fitting.
It's what we needed then.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Stampede! Go you Dallas Cowboys, go! Oh, it is fumbled by Romo, and then Romo's going to run to the end zone, and he's going to get tackled by Jordan Babineau.
them Cowboys.
He don't.
Should he be fired? Absolutely. Will he be fired? Never.
I'm telling you, he love him some Jason Garrett, okay? Jason Garrett can lose every game. It doesn't matter.
Aikman, touchdown. Unbelievable. Aikman,
Thank you, Jared.
Unbelievable. Aikman,
Oh, you're welcome.
Driving by a Buc-ee's.
I dwell in the past.
Cowboys Corner. Here we go.
Cowboys Corner.
What do we got to rant about now? Why not not paying that?
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. My Cowboys Corner rant is about the defense. So I think probably stuff has changed since I've looked at stuff since I've been in the car all day. So this might not be as up to date as I would like it to be. But basically, we've lost 3 starters on defense when our defense was already kind of struggling. It's very clear now that they're investing in the offense, based on our coach, and they paid Amari, which I'm sort of iffy about because the draft is really deep with receivers this year. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we paid someone else. But we lost Collins, but we signed this vet from Carolina who I'm sure that Jack would know the name of. His last name's McCoy. So that's fine, but he is at the end of his years. And I think that production wise, I looked at his stats, we should be able to make that one up. But he is a little bit younger. But the big loss that I wanted to go about was we lost Byron Jones, who is an underrated corner. And I think the best way to describe him is a lockdown corner. He doesn't get a lot of interceptions, which I know is a big stat that everyone always looks at, but he is top 5 in the league in literally every other stat except interceptions. Of course, I would look it up if I had my laptop in front of me, but I don't, but just trust me on it. But basically when you have a guy that can just take away a threat or half of the field because you're not going to throw it to him, there's some stat that ever since he switched to playing on the right, he's only allowed in 2018, he only allowed 4 deep balls, which is insane. And so that my hot take of the day is that he's going to be the hardest to replace on the Cowboys roster.